What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's Aleksi here. So in this video I want to talk about your kind of like stuck in the middle with God and your faith journey. And if you'd like to check out to enhance your faith, my new course Walk with God and the Truth in the first link, course second link, and donations and one-on-ones if you'd like to talk with me in private, also in the description. But when you're stuck in the middle with God and this is where your faith is kind of in that fire and refinement, can you endure the lack of comfort? Can you go through that middle phase where you're still like building up your faith, you're building up, I don't know, whether it's like God guiding you to do a specific mission, in your life? Can you go through that? Can you do what God is asking you to do? Can you still have true faith in that fire? Like in the middle, where you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have to take action, right? And God always has a plan for you, and that's all you really need to remember, to be honest. And to be obedient, submissive to God and his orchestrations, and to understand everything is for a purpose. Nothing is a coincidence, and so on. And when you understand these things, you can come from a better place and actually do what you're meant to do as a human created being by God. And you don't have to worry about like what's happening in the middle if you just know that everything has already happened and you just keep going anyway. Even if it feels hard, and we have fleshly feelings and emotions come up sometimes, especially early on, and even in the middle phases, you're being refined by God, so a lot of stuff will come up, obviously, but you just have to remember to keep the soul perspective in mind, in the sense that like everything has already happened and your life is already done. In a sense, you just have to keep going with God's plan and follow and be obedient and do your best. That's really all you need to do. And God doesn't expect you to be perfect, and that's the point of being in change and refinement, because through that change and refinement everything happens. And that middle phase is the most important phase, because that's where you're actually being developed. The end is just the end, when you achieve a certain goal or whatever mission purpose you have on this earth. But the middle phase is kind of where you're building to that. Maybe it's like before the promise, in a sense, God has for you if you become your true highest self. But yeah, just remember, in the middle phase, don't be like afraid and be afraid of change, and be afraid of the situations and things that come up, because that just is there to kind of prune bad things out of you and to make you better and whole. But yeah, just keep going, and don't forget that God has you in every situation and he has a plan for you. It does all this way. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.